Hey everyone, Big TXL here, and today we're pretty much going to be taking a closer look at Switch-Glo. For you guys that haven't heard of the company Switch-Glo, it's a very well-respected company. It's pretty much a well-proven system that works great. I'm sure a lot of you guys that have run nitro, whether it's nitro planes, nitro helicopters, nitro cars, you've always seen, or maybe you yourself, you always have to carry an igniter to ignite the glow plug in the motor in order to get it to run. Like I said, that goes for plane, even boats as well. Sorry, I forgot boats, but yeah, even boats, you always have to be carrying just another little accessory. And what Switch-Glo has done is made a way to take power from your receiver, whether you're using the Switch-Glo Pro here, which can be activated through your transmitter, or you're using their Switch-Glo or their push-glow, which is kind of like the name sounds. You push a button and it'll glow for, I believe, about 10 seconds. You can do that. If you buy the Switch-Glo, let's say you don't want to use your transmitter to activate it, you can buy, they have do-it-yourself kits, which I have here. I have a push-button module do-it-yourself kit right here. Down below here, I have a push-button with LED do-it-yourself kit right here. I'm going to be taking, a closer look at all this, zooming in, kind of showing you guys, but this is kind of a quick overlook of everything. Well, first I want to get started here with the Switch-Glo. Let me kind of move everything out of the way, kind of explain a little bit more how it works, what it does, and how it might work for your applications. So let's zoom in a little bit. Okay, so here we have the Switch-Glo Pro. As you can see, it's a very small unit. It can be fit pretty much anywhere on either your plane, your helicopter, your boat. It's very, like I said, very small unit, not big at all. Here's a standard servo connector. You can see it's not very big unit. It's very small. Like I said, it's very easy to mount it anywhere. Pretty much some important things here about the Switch-Glo. This here is your speaker. You don't want to block that. Obviously you might not be able to hear the sound, but yes, this is a speaker for a little buzzer, and let me tell you, that little buzzer is very noisy, which is a good thing. Obviously you want to know when your when your glow plug is being ignited. So that is the speaker there. You have here this connector, which is a standard servo plug. This would plug into your receiver. This is how it would get the signal if you do want to use your transmitter to power this on. You have your ground and your positive. It's a little JST. This is an adapter. This adapter is another, it's a female JST that comes out here with an alligator clip. This alligator clip will go to your glow plug. It will just clip on there. And this end here is a ground. Now you can either ground it on your back plate or on your motor mount. I typically mount it on my back plate, just because on helicopters the back plate is always what's facing down. It's much easier to access. Oh look, we got a little bug that wants to be on video. Sorry, but yeah, it's much easier to access, and like I said, for me it's a lot easier. Also, you guys may notice here there's there's switches here on the bottom. Let me show you guys. You got switch 1, switch 2, switch 3, and switch 4. And pretty much, it kind of tells you what the switches do here, but you might not know right out of the bat. It does come with a very detailed little manual here on the back side of when you do receive your Switch-Glo. And starting with the first one on the left, that is your it's pretty much your auto shut off. So you can leave it on, which is always on, so it's always going to be on, or you can do a 12-second. So pretty much it will stay on for 12 seconds. And you can see the way I have it here, it's on 12-second. Next one here is a transmitter trigger. You can either have the on or off. This one I have off. Next there you have Servo Reverser. It's pretty much negative and positive. You can reverse those. And I have those set to down position. And lastly, you have your buzzer. If you know the buzzer, you don't like the feature of the buzzer, maybe you're using one of their other do-it-yourself kits that have a light, you kind of won't need the buzzer, which I'll show you guys a little bit later. But yes, you can turn off the buzzer if you want. You know, it doesn't always have to be on if you don't like it, you know. But like I said, this system has proven itself, you know, in my personal use, which has been planes and helicopters. It's been very rugged. Also, talking about rugged, I'm gonna be doing another video on this, running it over with my truck. It's a Toyota Tacoma. I'm gonna run it over with my truck. I'm gonna stick it in mud. I'm gonna stick it in water. After that, same unit, I'm gonna put it up to my helicopter and show you guys that it's still working. I mean, this has to be one of the strongest little gadgets out in the industry. And like I said, I'm not only gonna say that, but I'm gonna prove that to you guys. So that's pretty much it. Later I'm gonna have kind of a helicopter motor here, just sitting down with a receiver and a battery, kind of to show you guys how it looks outside of either the plane or helicopter, just so you can get a better picture. Like I said, that will be done in another video. Maybe that'll answer a little bit more questions. Next here, we have a push button module. As you guys can see, it also comes with a manual, and it's a very little unit. This little unit is, like I said, it's a push button module. You can either use a switch or a button to power this. So let's say, for instance, you have here your Switch-Glo Pro. Okay, let's say you do not want to use your man, I just went out of it right now. Let's say you don't want to use your receiver to power this on. Okay, so what you would do, you would purchase this do-it-yourself push button. You would either choose to solder on, let me get this, it seems really small. You would use to either solder in those little holes. You can either go to Radio Shack, or maybe you have some laying around. You can do a little button, or you can do a switch. So you would solder one, you know, one in one and one in the other one. And from there, what you would do, you would plug it in. There's a little side here on the bottom. I don't know if the camera can pick it up, but there's a little slot in there. And you would plug that with the arrow facing forward. So that would plug in to there. It's a very snug fit, which is really nice. And you would plug it into there. And like I said, from there, you'd be able to use either a button or a little toggle switch, and you don't have to use pretty much the receiver end of that. Next up, we have here the do-it-yourself kit with a LED as well. So the LED is here, and this also comes with a very, very, very detailed manual, and kind of here a little diagram of how to wire it. You guys can see there. This is kind of what you get out of the package. 3 units. You have your wire, your board, your button board, and as well your LED board up here, and your LED light. Also, one thing I did forget to mention, if you are only using this little module, whenever you do ignite it, let's say you use a button or a switch, doesn't really matter, it will ignite for 12 seconds. I believe if you press it repetitively 4 or 5 times, it'll light for a full minute, and if you hold it down for, I believe, 2 seconds or more, you can get it to stop igniting the engine. But yeah, that's a really, really nice thing. Also, or sorry, not also, but here we have the do-it-yourself module with LED. You guys can see there. You have your button here on this side, your button, and your LED goes in here. And it's very simple. What you would do, I think it's a little bit easier if I show you guys the diagram of how it's wired. So you guys can see you're able to cut off there and able to cut off there. You can see the indentation here on the little white line. So you can cut off there, and as well you can cut off right there. And pretty much you can put this anywhere in your helicopter. If you only want to cut off this side and leave these 2 units together, you can do that. Good thing about this board is you can trim it. You can trim it all around here. You're also going to cut there, and that's where your wires are going to come in. Here, those will connect right there. So let me get a little closer look here on the board. So when you have your wire, it's very simple. You're going to have your board here. You can see 1 and 2 is going to be there, so you're going to solder 1 to 1, 2 to 2. On this side, you got 1, 2. You're going to solder 1 to 1, 2 to 2. And like I said, this one here I like a lot. Let's say my button, I want to have it on the bottom of the helicopter where nobody sees it. Okay, I can trim off here, have the light. Once again, I could trim off the excess. You can kind of see where you can't trim. The circuitry is running right through there, so obviously I wouldn't cut through there, but you can cut all around that. And let's say I mount this on the bottom of the helicopter, the button. I can go ahead and mount the light somewhere else on the frame, let's say towards the rear, or somewhere where it's more visible, so I can clearly see that it's being ignited. Not only is a buzzer going to go off on this one, but I can also have a light being shown. So it's very convenient. And here you have your light, and let me put that there. That's pretty much where it would go in, right there. All you pretty much got to do is solder it, and it's very simple. You know, I know a lot of people are afraid of soldering, and you know, it's very simple to do. It's a very simple kit to get together. Like I said, you can either choose from this one here, or you can choose this one here, or you can opt to not use any of those and just take this to, you know, its full advantage and use your receiver. But a lot of the times, especially in helicopters and me running V-bar, I know you guys are very familiar, and the V-bar only has enough channel to supply your cyclics and your rudder and your throttle for nitros. You don't have an extra channel to pretty much be plugging this in. You have an extra channel to get power from the V-bar, but that's about it. Pretty much you'd have to go into bank switching, which is a big headache. I've been able to mix this in, put in with the Y harness, and like I said, it's a big headache, and I don't know if you guys are like me, but I like things simple. So like I said, the next best thing I've done is using either one of these, which I will be using, and show you guys once again how I kind of wire it up. But that's pretty much it on today's video. I hope I didn't confuse you guys too much in there. If I did, by all means write a comment down below, and I can, you know, do another video on just the 3 different units that I showed you here. Do an individual video on that, and hopefully that'll answer your question. And like I promised, I'm going to show you guys the helicopter this will be mounted on. And there she is. She is the Nitro Whiplash. Also, if you guys have any questions on this helicopter, I will gladly answer them. This is a 90 size helicopter. I have a YS120 in there, running MKS servos all around on cyclic and on tail, running Maverick G5 Pro blades. On this one here, I'm running 710s. 710s, you know, makes a helicopter a lot lighter. But yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. By all means, be sure to ask me any question, whether it's about the Switch-Glo, the helicopter, or anything RC related. As always, thanks for watching.